All right, we are in the Wild West tournament. Where are we playing? It's at Wiseacre Ranch. So we played these holes. The first time we played them was in the 2021 Summer Major. So I went back and watched some video from that tournament just so that I could get a look at the hole. So hole number one. Hole number one. Let's go check out hole number one. The big par four. So the goal here, obviously, is to get as far up into this range as you can so your shot's short. Now you could go, I'm going to be going for the bounce here, trying to get a run in this direction. You could try and get down into this range. I think as far as arc goes, this might be short iron, this might be wedge up in here. We'll see how far up there we can get. We'll have to see where the red lines are. I can't remember. Let me back up here. Let me make sure I got the right bag set up. I know in my 77 account I got to go through all of my bags because we messed them all up for one of the tournaments. And I need to fix it. Got all four of my drivers selected. We'll start off with a Titan. I'm just going to go out there today and practice and see what kind of distances we can get. We'll take the king of balls today. Can't get it done with a Titan. You can't get it done. Now, that's not to say that there aren't some holes that you could bring out a bigger power ball and you could get it done better. Off we roll. Let's see where my opponent's going. Now with some overpower, they might be able with that one power ball to get over, barely. And with that wind, the whole deal is that this isn't necessarily you want to be as deep into whatever your next club is. So bringing out a big ball might help you out big time on the second shot. I'm curious to see if they can make that over, if those bounces will clear that sand. It looked like they were trying to get on the green and one. There's bounce number one. Bounce number two is in the sand. Now, I'm going to put one less than max topspin. I want to get out in that zone right there. 2.5. It's 2.1 per ring, so about a ring and a quarter. Getting it perfect. See if we can not overhit. Should give me a nice, that might be like mid wedge. One of the things I have to remind myself to do is if I'm at mid wedge and I make a ring adjustment, I want to back out and take a look at it and see where it put me. Close. Close. Let's see where I'm at. It looks like I'm about mid wedge. There's max. So there's mid. 2.4 per ring at mid. .4 per ring. This will be a ring and a little. Let's see where that puts me. That's about right. If I was eyeballing it, that's about right. Hitting it perfect. Now it's all about speed. In the hole. Eagle. And the hole. All right, that's what I'm talking about right there. So hole number 2. Let's check out hole number 2. What is hole number 2? Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run it up, and I'm going to try and put on one backspin and then set it up from that point. Now, when I went back and watched the other videos, I came to this hole with a Titan from the first hole, and I forgot to change balls. And my red line, I was like at the +3 mark. I had pulled it back from the red line. So I'm going to switch to a katana and see where that puts me. What I really want, and I may switch it up and just play this hole with a power 3 ball. If we have a headwind and I'm using a katana and I can work the wind out, then I can stick with a katana. But if I'm right there at it where I'd have to switch balls for a headwind, I would rather just play with the bigger power ball to try and make the shot consistent, if that makes any sense. But I'm going to try and just run it up there. Now, there may be, let me look at this hole. There might be a rough bump that you could do off of this side and bring it back around, where you're bringing it in this direction. But you're definitely going to need a ball that's got a lot of side spin to cover that gap, and you're going to need a ball with some power to get you up there. So we'll explore it. Let's start off this adventure with a katana. And that bag should work. I can always switch to my number 2 bag. Now you could take that, if you had enough topspin, you could take that with a QB or a rock. If there is a rough bump up there, but I'm not sure. I think there is. For some reason, I don't mind stuff that pulls things to the left, but it seems, for some reason in my mind, it seems tougher on the ones, like they're not my normal cup of tea, where I'm doing a rough bump on the far left, trying to bring it all the way back to the right. We'll see. We'll see. I go first. So there might be a rough bump from up here. How much spin would you need? We're trying to reconnect you. Today might be a practice day. There might be enough spin to do that rough bump from up there. Grizzly. One backspin. Three, 6. I'm gonna have to snap it off. I'm gonna hit it one ring great to the left. And either I didn't pull it enough, I just did a straight up adjustment and didn't pull it enough for a one ring great to the left to end up on the right, or it's just one of those holes that if you hit to the left, it ends up on the right. If you hit on the right, it ends up on the left. It doesn't feel like that type of hole, so it definitely feels like I should have pulled it more. And I started off on the left-hand side of the cup. But there is a rough bump you can do from up there. It's narrow. I guarantee you my buddy Dunner is going to want to do that rough bump. And it looked to me like, even with where the red line was, even if you brought like a Goliath might work. But you'd have to definitely bring out a big enough ball to get you to that spot. In the hole. I have a plus 25%. My calculator was covering it up, so I had a plus 25% on that hole. And didn't do it. It seems like on the video I watched, we were practicing that day as well. And I did a +10 and it wasn't enough. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, hole number 3. Hole number 3. Let's see what hole number 3 has in store for us. All right, I want to get as far up into this zone as possible. Now, you can hit it like just trying to hit it down into this range and come at it from this direction. There is a rough bump that you can do if you can get in this zone out here. Like where I'm trying to hit up in this area, I'm actually taking the rough bump out of play. So the shot to the cup, I have no impediments in front of me. I have no traps, no nothing. If you're hitting it back out in this area, you're trying to do this rough bump, so you can capture that rough bump from any of these spots that are out here. So most people are going to be hitting into this area, and the best way to go at it is that rough bump. But if you try and hit it all the way to the front, you can actually take the rough bump out of play if you hit it too far forward. So just be aware of that. If you really want to do the rough bump, you don't want to hit it too far forward. Let's see what kind of wind we got. We got a little teeny bit of headwind today. That wind's not really helping or hurting us. This is definitely where a bigger ball, topspin boost, the whole 9 yards. It may be better, I think in this area down here, I might be able to play it with a big topper. If not, my extra mile's got more topspin than my APOC. Let's open a chest. Clear a slot. Farming. Now let's at least start we got the ball rolling on one of them. Hole number 3. That wind actually might be helping us slightly, not hurting us slightly. It's pretty close to neutral. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little bit of headwind. Not much, but a little. All right, I guess I can take my shot instead of sitting here staring at the screen. Two, 3. It's a little over a ring. Do about a ring 20. Hit it 2 rings straight to the left, which is the worst side to hit it on, because it'll clip the rough on the second bounce. It won't have enough distance to clear right. Oh man, I can't believe it cleared. And a power 5 ball with topspin boost, or even a power 4 ball with topspin boost, would help you there to get farther up in it. I'm actually in the spot with the rough bump. Seems like we played this hole since I bought those albatross ball holes, and the albatross ball holes you can get way up in there. The power 5 2 topspin boost balls, they only have 1 side spin, but on a hole like this, the side spin's not what you're really looking for. And you can hit it all the way down into the end. You have a straight up shot. I think that sand trap's in the way, so I can't remember what the shot looks like to the cup from over here. Perfect. We will find out what that shot looks like because they are in the spot. Do I have anything? Try +10 to the cup. There's Max. There's Min. I mean, I'm eking towards Min Club. Minimum Hornet. 1.9 per ring. A little leave me two. Let's say I'm going to do a ring and a quarter. That would be a 10% pull. Oh! Great to the right. Damn it. That would have been a beautiful shot. Perfect. Beautiful. And I did play it at Men Club. .1.9 is what I played that at. Plus 10%. See if my opponent can get in. Get in the hole. See what kind of bounces they have through. I wasn't watching when they were setting it up. I was taking notes. Bounce, did he bounce? And they underpulled it. Just a titch. In the hole. So my notes say power 4, power 5. I think if you get a power 5 ball out there, you might be able to eke yourself into your minimum or your maximum short iron range. If you use one with topspin boost, you might be able to get yourself into mid or even minimum short iron range. Especially if we had some tailwind or any kind of positive wind. Because I think wind on this hole is one of it really affects the ball on that drive. Hole number 4. And hole number 4. Now I played this in several different ways. I'm going to actually try and get over to this side right here. And if you're, where I was at when we played these the last time is starting off in this zone, 2 rings out. You're going off in this direction. So let's draw some lines here. So if we're 2 rings off in this area, we're going to be going off in this direction. So we need to cover this gap. And with an APOC, with all of its curl, you can, but you'll end up in this area over here if you put on all the topspin. I think it only takes about 2 to 3 topspin to land yourself right here. I'm just wondering with a 4 side spin ball, if you can't pick up, with a 3 side spin ball, I covered like half of it. So I don't think a 4 side spin ball is really going to pick up all that I want. I'd need to move back a little bit in order for it to become more effective. I'm too far forward in the shot. So I'm going to try a Kingmaker with like 2.5 topspin and just try and lay it up on the other side. Now you can hit it straight forward. You can hit it out into this zone out here and just try and get it out to the tip so that you've got a straight up shot. And if you do arc wise, you're probably in the same area as you are here. So we'll see if it's worth the effort to try and get over to the other side. We'll see. I'm going to bring a Kingmaker because it's got the spin I'm looking for. I'm going to bring an APOC. Hold on one second. All right, where were we? We were going to go play hole number 4. Hole number 4. Here we go. All right, let's see if we can make the curve around the bend. Max curl. We'll see how it goes. Two and a half topspin max. Okay, so I got plenty of room on my red line. Two and a half topspin. 3, 4. It's 1.5 per ring. So there's 3, 4. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. See if it'll catch the fairway on the other side and stick. Now from that angle right there, it looks like I could put on more topspin, and if I had a 4-side spin ball, it looks like I might be able to clear to get through the lane and put on all my topspin and try and get a run up so that you're just just a little chip right off the green. I may try that next time. I may try. I'm gonna make a note here. Try 4-side spin ball. And I don't think I have any 3-power 4-side spin balls. I think the only ones I have are the 444s. Clipped it. Yeah, I think I would have cleared that if I had a 4-side spin ball. Hornet. Min Hornet. I'm going to play my Min Hornet at 1.9 per ring, so that leaves me 2. So it's a ring and 1. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Too fast. That was in the hole though. If I put on one more or a little bit more backspin, the ball guide disappeared. And when the ball guide appears and disappears like that, usually that's a pretty good indication that if you leave that backspin on there, it's actually not lying to you. It'll stop. That club's got way too good a ball guide. When it starts appearing and disappearing like that, that's usually not a good sign. I would rather take that with my Kingfisher because my Kingfisher it's just a little bit better. But in this account, my Kingfisher's like 2 levels lower than it is in my 77 account, so not quite as good. In the hole, nice shot, nice shot. Getting the eagle. In the hole. All right, hole number 5. Hole number 5. Hole number 5 is going to be a par 3. And there is a rough bump on this one. And my notes, I'm just doing a straight up. I have mid club. I'm going to be in mid club with a navigator. And I think I did just a straight up mid club shot with 1 topspin and a nav and my sniper. We will see. Now my sniper per Golf Clash notebook is like 1.2 per ring at mid. Your connection is not stable enough. We are trying to reconnect you. That could be bad. Did it forfeit that hole for me? Or did I just get disconnected? Let's see if I'm still on hole number 5. I am, luckily. And we got tailwind. Here we go. And pure tailwind. So like today, of all the days we could make it, today is all about hitting perfect. So you'll find out today whether or not just like a regular, it's really hard on days when we have pure tailwind right to the cup or pure headwind right to the cup. Those are the days you really got to take advantage of it, because today, I mean, that is straight at it. There's max. There's min, so I'm at mid, which is 1.2 per ring. One top spin. So 3.1 divided by 1.2 is 2.6 rings. It's 2.6. Hitting it perfect. And just off the cup, over pulled it just a little teeny bit, doing just a mid club adjustment. And over pulled it mid club. 1.2 minus 10%. I'll take a little teeny bit off. Let's see which way I ended up on there. With the way that the wind is blowing, did I miss that on the left or the right? I can't tell. I'll have to go back and watch it. This is one of the, this is why it's so important to record your own video, because it's hard when you're in the moment and you're just playing. Sometimes to remember exactly what you did, but you can go back and analyze your shots and smack yourself up beside the forehead and go, what the hell was I thinking? So from here I ended up on the right-hand side of the cup. From the tee box. So the question there is did I over pull it or under pull it? Seems like in the moment I thought I over pulled it, but the more I think about it, the more I think I might be wrong. I might have under pulled it. I have no idea. You will know, because you can go back and rewind the video and go, what the fuck, dude? All right, hole number 6. The par 5. All right, let's check this one out. Okay, so we have several options to get. We could hit up into this zone, but when we do arc, you know, if we can get up into this range up in here, we're definitely inside that. So if you hit over here, you can expect, you got to be able to clear this rough in order to get a bounce. And it seems like there might be a rough bump there, but you're going to have a club that's got lots of topspin. This might be a good club hole if you wanted to lay it up right into this area to bring a horizon, if you were trying to do that rough bump. And it's got pretty good distance depending on what level you have it on. To get over into this area, we've got several ways we can do it. We can try and get bounce number 1, bounce number 2, and then run it up there. It is possible to overshoot it. Or we can clip this rough and then just bleed out. I don't think where our red line's at that we can get far enough up in here that we can go forward and try and run this. It might be possible if you have a big power ball, big tailwind, topspin boost, the whole 9 yards. It might be possible, but I'm pretty sure we're hitting up into this zone. And I'm definitely trying to get over to the other side. Now, I want to make sure that wind is helping us a little. The deal is it's helping us and it's not helping us at the same time. It is putting us so that we can go a little bit farther forward. But on the left hand or on the right hand side, we need to get farther. Let me bring out a Titan, the king of balls. Let me bring out that. And so the more we go to the left, the farther we have to hit it forward before we clear. Let's see if I went over just a bit. Let the wind push me into that zone. One ring great to the left. And the left is better than the right because the right, ooh, and I overhit it. The left would be better if I hadn't overhit it. On the right, if you hit it one ring great to the right, you got to hit it farther before it clears that rough. Not good. Now I'm in a serious spot because there's no recovery. So the only recovery is to put myself in the best spot to try and pick it up or get back on track, recover. Hitting it perfect. Nice bounce out. All right, I'm just going to lay it up. Lay it up as far down there as I possibly can. Give myself as good a shot as possible. 4-4. It's 2 per ring at max. So there's 2 and a little, and then I'm going to put the forward moving one back on it, which wasn't a lot. Hitting it perfect. Just try and get myself up there as good as I can, as far as I can. And give myself at least a shot at recovering. That'll probably put me in max wedge. And with a pure side wind. Do I have anything on my notes to the cup? None. Now you can see the problem with bringing out a lower power ball on this is not on the drive. This is a prime example of sometimes we bring out bigger balls, not necessary. We don't need to bring out a 4 power ball. We don't need to bring out a 3 power ball for the drive. But the second shot is much better with a 3 or a 4 power ball. Now that's going to be min. Got to be close. There's min. Wow. There's max. That mid club. 1 point. Let's think about how I want to play it. I'm going to play 2 rings. And I hit it 1 ring great to the right. And the way I set that up, too fast. Anything to the left would have been absolutely for sure missed, but there was a chance that a 1 ring great to the right might make it. Just because that's which way that's on the wind side. So if you didn't make a big enough of an adjustment, it might help you. You might get lucky, but usually if you're really setting your shots up, if you hit it great and it goes in, there is a little luck. You normally have to hit it perfect. And even perfect, I wouldn't have went in. It was going too fast. I don't know why I set that up with 2 topspin. I usually, on those types of shots, it's a 1 backspin shot and I get right up to the hole. You can really control the speed there. On those types of shots, it's hard to control the speed. You put on 2 topspin and you think it's not going to do a lot, but it will roll out. Good luck. Good luck in the tournament. Good game. Good shot. All right, that was hole number 5. I do not think we want to qualify today. All right, now this hole, we have several options. I think in one-on-one play, the way to go is to just go out right here. You can bounce from this side, bounce number 1, bounce number 2. You can do this with a big topper. You can bring out any kind of ball, even a marlin ball, and you got a straight-up shot to the gut that you can take with a sniper right at it. The sand's not in play, you can go right at it, and that's the way to go. If you bring out depending on which way the wind's blowing, if you bring out the ball that's appropriate, you can do a rough bump and try and bleed out into this area. If you bring out a big enough ball and the wind's going right, you might be able to clear it. You might be able to curl it and bring it up in this zone to try and get a little bit closer. I'm going to be going to the right, trying to get out there as far as I can based off the wind with a 3 power ball. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. That wind's not, and I'm going to bring an APOC because I want the max raw power that I can get. And I'm going to bring a Titan, the king of balls. My notes say APOC, power 4 would work good. I should be in max, I'm trying for max short iron and plus 10 to the cup. We'll try that. We'll see if that works. Maybe. That's where I left off on that tournament. It might have been where I started. I just watched around. The 2021 Summer Major. Trying to see if it warms up here. It's cold and windy out right now. If the wind would die down just a little bit and it'd warm up about 5 degrees. We've got a job to get done today, so try and get around in. As soon as I get done here, maybe it'll be nice enough I can go out and get a little bit of work done today. It would really be helpful if we could get this one job finished today. Nice layup. So you're going to get to see both shots. $3-9. I'm going to move it 3 rings. Two rings great to the left. I might miss the rough. It could be bad. In the zone. Now that should be max short iron. .1 times whatever the wind is. Now this Hornet is not, since I got it to level 9, I have not been, my numbers have just not been right. This little roll up to the cup. I'm in Grizzly. There's Max Grizzly. So I'm in about mid-Grizz. All right, sorry about that. I missed the shot. I missed it. Let's see if we can get this right this time. Had somebody walked into my driveway. I was trying to figure out what the hell they were doing. They were digging around. Here they are again. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get in the cup. Not even close. I'm not sure if I like it coming in at that angle over that sand. I don't know that I like doing it. If I'm going to do a backspin shot like that, I'd almost feel better bringing my thorn out because it's got better ball guide, and you can do a max backspin shot and walk the tail back. I'm not sure I like that spot. Sorry about that hole. I was trying to figure out what they were doing digging around. I walked out there and they immediately walked away. Here we go. Hole number 9. Sorry about that. You get the gist. What hole are we on? Oh, we're on hole number 8. We got a rough bump we can do here. 1 per ring, and I got no idea what the I've got in my notes, I've got a katana sniper. I think I'm at mid club, but I was doing a max number. Hole number 8. I really think the only way to go with this, there is a rough bump here. I think this is the only way to go at it. Obviously, you can go at it from other directions, but I think the rough bump is the way to go. I'm going to start off a little bit more to the left and bring it around to the right to give myself, like maybe wedge myself in there so that I'm 3 rings away from that sand. So if the wind's blowing from the sand direction, I don't have to involve it. Three. I'm just going to do a max adjustment even though I'm not at max club. There's 3. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. All right. I guess that might have made up for the last hole. Hole in 1. All right, in the hole. Now I want to make sure I don't qualify today, so let's make sure we don't make the cut. I could make the cut with a 12, so I do not want to make the cut. Got a lot of people left to play, but we do not want to get a 12. So we're going to go for it. We're going to go for the Albie, if we don't get the Albie, let's go look at that hole first. Let's look at it and see what we have in store for ourselves. This is another one of those holes we're trying to get in. Okay. Let's zoom in on this so that we can get an idea. Let's draw some lines. We got this plane and this plane that are running parallel to each other. So we want the ball to end up down here. So we want it to be on that track. So if we draw a line from the tee box, being out in this area, and we're going to the green, if we hit out here, we've got to hit it farther forward through these rocks. We want to come at it low so that the distance, and we want to come at it at an angle so that we're coming at this in its shortest spot, and it's deeper over here. So we want to start off as much as we can to the right and then bring it back to the left, because on the other side, the more it comes back to the left, the shorter the shot has to be. Whereas if we're hitting over here, the rough gets longer, and so we have to hit it farther forward. So we to get into this zone, and you're going to see people hit it out into here too, because a lot of people are hitting either here or here, and if you draw the arc, we're not too far off if you're out here on the tip. And there is the shot coming into the cut from over here is one bounce. Second bounce is almost a rough bump, and then you're trying to bleed off to the cup. And I don't really like having to hit through those trees. This side over here, I think my buddy Dunner was hitting from this side over here, but I didn't like it. I would rather have a straight up shot in the clear on this side. And obviously the farther forward you can hit it, the better. So if you've got some of the topspin boost balls, this is a great shot for them. A big topper might work well here, depending on your clubs and depending on where you're out in this zone with your red line. I'm gonna bring a king, or excuse me, I'm gonna bring a Titan. We're practicing today, so I'm just gonna bring a Titan out and see what kind of distance I can get with a Titan. And I have no Titans, so let's buy some. Select. Taking my number 1 bag, but I may take my number 3 bag. Open up a chest. Get it rolling. Hole number 9. See if we can get an Albie right here. Maybe if we can get the drive right. This is definitely one shot at a time. Let's see if we can not epic fail like we did on the last par 5. And you can see with the power 2 ball where they're at. So if you set it up more to the right, you've got more forward room, and you just have to put on max curl. That is not going to help them. If they can hit this first bounce, they'd be fine, but that's not good. Not good at all. Stay the hell away from them rocks. I think my number 3 bag might actually work better. Three 9. It's 2 per ring, so I'm going to do 2 rings. I'm going to put the forward distance back on. Hitting it perfect. See if I can bridge the gap and catch that fairway and just get as much run as possible. .415. I'm going to write that down on my notes. That'll be my first yardage measurement. And with a topspin boost ball or even a power 4 ball, I could have moved that club out to the right, which gave me more forward distance, and I could have put all the curl on it to bring it back to the center on the other side and probably net a little bit more yards. I'll have to see where the red lines are to see if it's worth, like how much farther forward I'd have to get in order to switch clubs. Maybe if my opponent rejoins. I'm going to let you win this hole if you stay on, dude. As long as I don't make this Albie shot. Which I'm definitely going to try for. But if I don't make it, I'm definitely going to miss 2 shots in a row so I can not qualify today. But my opponent is going to epic fail here. Timeout. Okay, where am I at? There's Min. There's Max. So I'm at about mid-club. Mid Grizzlies 1.4 per ring. The 3 rings. And I'm going to have to snap it. And perfect. And didn't pull it near enough. I should have been like plus 15%, or I was shooting at mid club at 1.4. Maybe I should have dropped that down to let's do some reverse math here, because that was way off. From that spot right there, I mean, that's got to be at least 20% off. .6 rings, 4.2. Probably should have used my mid number there at 1.1 per ring. And since my opponent is doing that, I'm going to go ahead and forfeit. And that'll give me my +1, so I will not qualify today. There we go. All right, did not make the zone. So that's I think we have opportunities on pretty much every hole out there to pick up a shot. So, and this is the 3rd or 4th time. I think it's maybe the 3rd time we've played some of these holes. So we have a serious opportunity in this tournament. There's going to be enough info out there that we're really going to be looking at low scores this tournament. So I think 30 plus is where we want to start. We're looking at picking up 3 per side. And then you're going to have to pick up at least a shot or 2 on top of that in order to win, or at least have a shot at a win. But I think even at -30, that's just going to put you up towards the top, but you're not going to be in the top 3, depending on bracket. So we'll have to see as the week goes on how people are playing, but this really feels like it's going to be a -32 to win. -31 to give yourself a shot at it. All right, thanks for watching. That was the Wild West. Today is Monday. Monday's qualifying round. I was just using it as a practice round because I haven't played it all. I did play a little bit of Tour 5 and picked up, or Tour 6, and picked up some of these Wiseacre holes in practice yesterday. Just having a little bit of fun. Everybody have a good week and stay safe. Thanks for watching.